The feat recorded in recent times in different sectors of the Nigerian economy is an indication that there are possibilities and that the people are not facing an uncertain future without any tool at their disposal. Vice President Osinbajo, who stated this at the graduation ceremony of Course 43 of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, explained that the federal government adopted a strategic direction and policy orientation for a new age of accelerated growth. State House correspondent Onifadi reports.
That strategic direction and policy orientation is embedded in the new National Development Plan 2021 to 2025. The new plan emphasizes value-added services which will lead to job creation.
The main fiscal challenge facing Nigeria is inadequate revenues, especially in the face of lower oil revenues.
The Vice President also restates the need to improve tax administration, rigorously collect revenue due to the federal government, and bring all to the federal budget.
Only 142 who pay self-assessed tax of more than 10 million naira. I'm not talking about companies, I'm talking about individuals. 90% of them are from Lagos State. 90%. So in this whole country, with people who have Rolls Royces, have big cars, have all sorts, only that tiny fraction pay 10 million in assessed taxes. Everybody else claims to earn never enough to be able to pay that kind of money. So we need to be more aggressive about tax collection, especially tax collection from those who certainly have the resources.
Described as the nation's think tank, 85 of them drawn from various backgrounds and given the task by the President through the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies on getting things done, strategies for policy and program implementation in Nigeria. The Vice President congratulates them for a thought-provoking researched work presented to the President.
Every MNI belongs to an elite club of thought leaders of Nigeria. You are in the front lines of our efforts to build a better future for our country. You must be the first promoters of Nigeria's unity. The seminal policy work that you produced here, which you submitted to Mr. President, shows clearly what can be done where the best Nigerian minds, regardless of ethnicity or religion, work together for the good of our nation and its peoples. And I think that we demonstrate here every year with the graduates of this college, the members of the National Institute, that it is possible for our country to be united, for people to work together for the common good of our people and our nation.
At the end of the course, Your Excellency, I'm proud and happy to report that the participants have been well equipped through rigorous and intense research and training processes to contribute to Nigeria's government strategic plans and actions towards getting things done in their different roles and capacities.
It has always been difficult to move into plateau. Before I became governor, that was always the cry when you nominate people to come to the institute. That time it was all crisis in plateau. But today, Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President, that's not the case. It is now fight on who to get nomination to come to JOS.
So far, 2,275 graduates have been produced by the Institute in 43 sessions. From the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru, JOS, Onifadi, NIPSS News.
Meanwhile,